What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Freedom Fire Podcast, where we want to stoke the flames of freedom every single day. My name is Kendall Bowman, and ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. McCarthy has been removed as Speaker of the House, and all I'm going to say is that I'm 100% here for it. Let's get into this reading, guys. From Timcast, McCarthy is the first Speaker of the House to be vacated from his seat in U.S. history. Let's read through this, and then I'll explain a little bit more as to why exactly this is happening. Kevin McCarthy has been removed from the office of the Speaker of the House. Yesterday evening, Florida Representative Matt Gaetz introduced a motion declaring the office of Speaker of the House vacant. The House adopted the resolution on Tuesday and proceeded in debate. Kentucky Representative Thomas Massie, who previously co-authored and co-sponsored a motion to vacate former Speaker of the House John Boehner in 2015, warned against removing McCarthy as Speaker. This chamber has been run better, more conservatively, and more transparently under Mr. McCarthy than any other Speaker that I have served under, Massie said. That is definitely not true, and I will get to why that's not true after I finish this reading. The Kentucky representative who supported McCarthy's bid for Speaker referenced concessions made under January's historically contested vote, noting that there was never a promise for any outcome. This is not happening because of an outcome that Matt Gaetz or the Republicans did not get. This is happening directly because of the actions of the Speaker himself, Mr. McCarthy. We'll get to what those actions were in just a second. There was never a promise that you could force Joe Biden to sign something, he continued. This is a referendum on this institution. If you vacate the Speaker, this institution will fail. All I have to say to that is if McCarthy is needed for an institution to not fail, maybe that institution should fail. I mean, come on. You look at the kind of person that McCarthy is, not exactly the most inspiring individual. You know, pretty corrupt, kind of scummy, like full on, like DC swamp monster. That's what you think of when you think of McCarthy. The only reason that we tolerated him is because the Freedom Caucus forced him to take certain concessions when it comes to certain things in the House. For example, one subject spending bills. Basically, and throwing out all the omnibus, all of the other stuff, and we're gonna create one subject spending bills where we need to fund the military, so we create one bill where we fund the military. Now we need to fund, I freaking hate this institution because I think it's useless. We need to fund the Department of Education, so we create one bill. It's just an example. I hate the Department of Education. It's useless, and it's been used to indoctrinate our kids literally since its creation, but I digress. Let's continue. If you vacate the Speaker, this institution will fail. That's stupid. Efforts to vacate Boehner did not prove successful as Boehner opted to resign from Congress. Massie also opposed former Speaker of the House Paul Ryan's bid for Speaker after Boehner's resignation. Republicans in favor of keeping McCarthy as Speaker referred to efforts to out him as chaos. And in response, this is what Matt Gaetz had to say. I don't think voting against Kevin McCarthy is chaos. I think $33 trillion in debt is chaos. I think that facing $2.2 trillion annual deficit is chaos. I think that not passing single subject spending bills is chaos. And as a citizen of the United States whose tax dollars have to pay for all that bullcrap, I agree. And I think we can all agree. $33 trillion in debt. Who's paying for that? Oh, we are. I don't give a crap about Kevin McCarthy. I care about my tax dollars being used to pay for useless debt rather than having to pay for, let's pay for some infrastructure, Let's pay for some infrastructure in our communities. Let's pay for, some better military equipment. Let's pay for some, whatever. Oh, but no, we can't do that because we have to pay off debt, Can't do that. And all that payments that we're going to make are completely useless because the Democrats and Republicans, in most cases, are just going to take on more debt. So all that money you're spending, completely pointless. Let's continue. I think the fact that we have been governed in this country since the mid-90s by continuing resolution, which is exactly what was just passed a few days ago, and omnibus is chaos, Gates said, referring to Newt Gingrich-era congressional Republicans. The way to liberate ourselves from that is a series of reforms to this body that I would hope would outlast Speaker McCarthy's time, would outlast my time here, and would outlast either of our majorities. Later in the House debate, Gates criticized fellow lawmakers accepting funds from lobbyists and special interest groups. I take no lecture on asking patriotic Americans to weigh in and contribute to this fight. From those who would grovel and bend knee for the lobbyists and special interests who own our leadership, we have hollowed out this town and have borrowed against the future of our future generations, he said. I'll be happy to fund my political operation through the work of hardworking Americans, and you all can keep showing up at the lobbyist fundraisers and see how that goes for you. Now, Kevin McCarthy was officially ousted yesterday on 10/3/2023. Guys, I'm fully in support of this, and here's the reason why. This is the action right here that got Kevin McCarthy ousted as Speaker of the House. I made a video on Monday saying how I was happy that they were putting forth I didn't like that they were putting forth a resolution, but they were putting forth a resolution that did not include funding for Ukraine. And a lot of the, I was inspired by Matt Gaetz, who said, we got to stop funding this useless war. I didn't quite agree that that it was a resolution, but I was happy that we weren't going to be, we weren't going to be funding a useless war that has nothing to do with us at the end of the day. Kevin McCarthy undid all of that. Kevin McCarthy, in the wee hours of the night, literally in the basement of the Capitol. like that's how you know this is shady as mess. Dude's in the basement of the Capitol with a bunch of Democrats. Mind you, this guy's supposed to be a Republican. The Republicans are supposed to have a slim majority in the House. And what does McCarthy do? He goes behind the other Republicans' backs, completely destroys that slim majority that the Republicans have, and in the wee hours of the night, in a last-minute bid, he pushes through a resolution that includes Ukraine funding. So that's right. Your tax dollars will continue to go to Ukraine's borders and not yours. To Ukraine's government and not yours. To Ukraine's infrastructure and not yours. Ladies and gentlemen, look at your southern border. Look at the sex trafficking of children that is going on your southern border. Look at the drugs that are coming in and killing tens of thousands of Americans every year. Look at your infrastructure that's failing. I mean, look at California. California has regular brownouts and blackouts. Same thing for several other states. The electrical grids need to be upgraded heavily. Your roads are garbage. Your schools are hot garbage. I mean, just like 3 different levels of hot garbage. I think the average student in the city of Baltimore can't read or do math at grade level. And that's the same thing with dozens of other cities in this country. Oh, but we got to keep funding a war that has nothing to do with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I am fully in support of McCarthy being ousted as the speaker. I think this is phenomenal. I think that Matt Gaetz is doing the Lord's work. He's doing exactly what needs to be done. He's fighting against corruption. McCarthy went behind the back of the other Republicans in order to please his lobbyists. Who are his lobbyists? The military-industrial complex. The weapons manufacturers, the people that create the weapons that, for the last 20 years were sent over to the Middle East to kill brown kids so that the military-industrial complex could continue to make money. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the American people, no matter what race they are, man or woman, whatever, to be successful. I'm here for the American people to prosper. And if you want to go behind the Republicans' backs, now, I'll agree. There's a lot of Republicans that are garbage. There's a lot of them. But if you look at the Freedom Caucus, they're the only group of members of Congress that are legitimately trying to do right by the American people. Lord knows Democrats aren't trying to do right. The neocons in the Republican Party, they're not trying to do right. The Freedom Caucus is. And what party are they a part of? The Republican Party. So, I'm going to support the Republican Party because they are the only ones that have a smidgen of hope for this country. That being said, I am fully in support of this. I am fully in support of a Republican being removed as Speaker of the House if he goes behind the back of the Republicans and removes their majority. I mean, my goodness, you had Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene supporting this guy saying, oh, Republicans are fighting against each other. No. McCarthy literally destroyed the slim majority that Republicans had in the House in order to fund Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where to go from here. Like, I'm sorry, Donald Trump, are you an idiot? I think you're an idiot. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're an idiot. This man literally destroyed the slim majority that you had. And you still support him? Kind of makes me wonder, why? Why still support him? You know that what he did is not beneficial to the American people, and it actually harms the American people and the American economy. So why? Both of these people claim to be, very supportive and very free thinking and very, supportive of the American people. It doesn't really seem like it right now, though. I got questions, severe questions. I don't know, man. I don't know who the next Speaker of the House is going to be. I don't know where we go from here. All I got to say is I am in full support of Matt Gaetz continuing to do things like this. Root out corruption, root out the neocons, get the neocons out of the party, maintain control, and continue to put forth the right policies. We'll see, man. We will see. I'm going to leave it there. I'll have another video coming for you guys on Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down in the comment section, and follow this show. Follow me on all the socials down in the description, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we put out new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.